Senator Cory Booker said the planet can't sustain people eating meat as the 2020 hopeful aims to become the first vegan president. Booker told the vegan magazine Veg News, which I'm sure is just riveting stuff. Like, do you open up the mailbox every Saturday to read the vegan magazine Veg News? Where you're just like, oh man, look at that cucumber. Man, this centerfold of a salad, unbelievable. Booker earlier this month told Veg News that he became vegan after coming to the realization that eating eggs didn't align with my spirit. Weird realization. While claiming he does not want to lecture Americans on their diets, Booker said Americans need to be nudged into fake cheese because the planet cannot sustain the environmental impact of the food industry. You see the planet Earth moving towards what is standard American diet, Booker said. We've seen this massive increase in consumption of meat produced by the industrial animal agriculture industry. The tragic reality is this planet simply can't sustain billions of people consuming industrially produced animal agriculture because of environmental impact, he said. It's just not possible. Weird, because the planet a century ago had like 2 billion, 3 billion people. Now we have some 8 billion people. Most of those people are subsisting on a lot more meat than people were a century ago. Things are okay. Things are kind of okay. It turns out, you know what we're really good at doing? Growing cows, killing them, and eating them. And also they taste delicious. Now, this is coming from somebody who actually has a little bit of moral sympathy for the vegan position, or at least the vegetarian position. The position that animals have a certain level of sentience and killing them may be a morally questionable behavior. In 100 years, people may look back on us and say, wow, you were killing animals to eat them? That seems kind of barbaric. I actually have a little bit of sympathy for that position. Not enough sympathy to make me stop eating chicken or steak, but some sympathy, at the very least, meat. Except for, again, the population skyrocketing over the past 50 to 100 years, and people eating more meat, not less. Booker says the devastating impact of greenhouse gases produced by the meat industry is just not practical. So he, too, like AOC, is deeply worried about farting cows. He says the numbers just don't add up. We will destroy our planet unless we start figuring out a better way forward when it comes to our climate change and our environment. Booker said his vegan journey began in 1992 after reading Gandhi's biography. He said he wants to make the existing model of the food industry obsolete. He's going to have to come up with a better way of feeding billions of people because you know what it turns out is very, very protein intense? Meat. People need protein. If he can find a better way to generate these products, I'm all ears, man. But if you are going to talk about starving people who need cheap meat to survive because you have moral objections to cow farts, not as much sympathy. He says, you never change things by fighting what exists in reality. To change something, you got to build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. That's the deal here. American consumers should not be told what to eat, but if you provide viable alternatives in some cases that taste even better, and if people have more information, if we consumers are informed about whatever it is, the dangers of the overuse of plastics all the way to the conditions in which animals that we are consuming are being treated. He says that his non-vegan friends love vegan foods, like his favorites, vegan pancakes and vegan stuffed French toast. He says, I've seen incredible vegan cheese shops popping up around the country, and my friends who are lovers of cheese just can't tell the difference. Okay, again, as somebody who's, there's a pretty good vegan restaurant here in town that's kosher, and it's good. Is it as good as, you know, the natural thing? No, it is not. I'm just going to break it to you. Okay, vegan cheese, not as good as regular cheese. Okay, and I say this as a person who's constantly used to eating ersatz foods because, for example, I can't eat pork because I'm a Jew, so we have kind of soy products that substitute. I guarantee that my friends who do eat pork here, I have a feeling they might not like the soy products quite as much. So Cory Booker talking about how we all need to become vegan. So that's going to be just wonderful. So the Democrats really, are they sending their best? Apparently.